All right, what's up, everybody? All right, um, look, I'm just gonna get right to the point, and we're going to discuss and talk about these things that came out from New York Comic Con and everything that James Gunn had announced today. It's just disappointing, honestly. This is where the ball is turning, and now is when officially this whole reboot is going to start. So now you can see that they're not getting plenty views. It's just not working. It's not getting the attention, and this is where we come into play as fans because now us united, we're going to keep those wallets closed, and that's the bottom line. We just keep those wallets closed. It's time for us united to come together because now James Gunn and this whole reboot will feel the power of the fans because when we unite, we got the Snyder Cut. And when we come together, we make things happen. What's going on, Daniel? Appreciate you watching. It's just wild, those announcements that we got with what is this New York Comic Con that you see right now? They're all over the internet. It's wild, like it's just sad. It's sad, honestly. And then they put a video. They were comparing 2013 to 2024, a big difference when Zack Snyder was there, and the start of the real DCU when he was at San Diego Comic Con in 2013, and you see everybody cheering, everybody screaming, everybody's excited, everybody's activated, and compared to now where we're at right now in 2024, it was just very pathetic, honestly. And you can see all the videos that are on online right now. It's embarrassing, the quality that WB has sacrificed and given up is just too much, and it's like, how does this company continue to allow these things to happen? Who knows? And but again, the point is us united. We got the Snyder Cut, and now it's our turn again to keep our wallets closed and send the message and let James Gunn know, the studio know, all his team, hey, look, enough is enough. We are not going to support and we are not going to buy any of your merchandise. And they have that ugly weasel looking statue right now trying to compete with Ben Affleck's Batman. And we already saw that Ben Affleck's Batman, those statues and the figures from McFarlane Toys have sold out. It's crazy. And they're already going on the scalpers market. Like people are already starting to scalp them on eBay and things. And it just shows you that there's a huge demand. It makes money. So why not continue that universe? And it's just wild. It's just crazy what this studio has allowed and what it's become. 100 years, and now 100 years have gone down the drain because they have given up on quality. And for giving up on quality, this is where we the fans come together again. It's our turn now. We sent the message when we got the Snyder Cut because for 5 long years everybody kept talking down on us and saying that the Snyder Cut would never happen. Until this day, you still have people that are bitter and they're coping that we actually have it. And then, like you can't talk with some fans just because they're so like stubborn, but everything that's changing into this quote unquote reboot isn't going to work. And the fans have already made up their minds, and there's just not enough support for this whole DCU, and it's going to tank. I wish it could be the opposite, but it's not. It's You can just see it. It's just going to tank massive. It's going to be worse than what we got with Joker 2. So to everybody that's out there, if you're hearing this, and if you support James Gunn, I mean, just the being, so blind on what's to come with DC, it's not going to work. It just truly isn't. All right, Daniel, a favorite Batmobile variant from DCEU. The variant Batmobile, uh I mean, besides what we got in Batman versus Superman and the Snyder Cut, those are my two favorite ones. I know it's the same one, but one has the cannon. I prefer the one with the cannon more. I'm not a fan of that big old like tank that at the end, that you see like the criminals in the front and stuff like that. I just wasn't a fan of that Batmobile. It's like a big tank, and you can see now in the comics and Absolute Comics with Batman, he has like literally a trucker, a tractor, or whatever those things are. One of those construction type of vehicles. I'm like, not a Batmobile. It's just, I don't know, it's just weird. All right, Surgeon Evening, glad to see you streaming again. My live stream is in 2 days, and I'm looking forward to having you guys on panels to discuss everything of Venom mainstream and the movies. Yeah, for sure, I'll be there. I was trying to get tickets to go see an early screening, but I missed out honestly. So yeah, but I'll be there though. You can catch me on your stream. I'll just send me the info and stuff so I can check it out. Email it if you can. See us the director gmail.com. But I'll jump in and stuff like that. You can count on me. I know this week is gonna be busy. I do also have another interview coming up for Saturday, and you guys are gonna be hearing the announcement with that soon. So once that's ready, it's gonna go up again and stuff. So it's a busy week. So and then while we're on the topic, also it's crazy that when what's his name, Ray Porter, he put up a picture with Todd McFarlane. They were over at New York Comic Con, with the release of Dark Side, the figure that they put out. I literally, when I saw that, I was like, let me just put it, like, we will stop at nothing to possess it. And like minutes later, I see that it has a like, and I was like, damn, let me see. And when I see, is actually Ray Porter, the voice actor for Darkseid. And I was surprised. I was like, whoa, hold on, this can't be real. I was like, this has to be like, like another account or something. And then when I clicked, I was like, no, that's the real one. It's the real deal. He actually hit like on the comment. And that's pretty cool. I was like, wow, that was a surprise. So that's good. But again, and Ray knows what's up, so that's the awesome part about it. And again, us united, we're going to make this change. DC thinks and WB thinks that they know what we want, the fans, but they're so wrong. It's just been time after time, and it hasn't been working. All we want is just for them to continue and conclude the Snyderverse properly, and then we can move on. But they refuse to do that, so we refuse to move on. I get it. Some fans have given up, some have called it quits, and that's understandable. But step to the side, because me, and along with many of you, because we are the majority, we are continuing to fight in this good fight. In this war, like I said, it's only going to intensify more and more. Excuse me. And we've been saying it for a while, and I've been telling you guys this is a war, invisible war against the studio. Nothing personal. It's just we're fighting for what we want. Zack Snyder's true vision to be fully complete, and for the Snyderverse to be fully restored and concluded the right way. All right. I just followed you on Twitter just now. Let me know if you like me to send you an invite to my panel so you'll be able to join. Yeah, send it if anything. I'll try to join. This one's gonna be a quick stream, so but yeah, send it and then I could probably jump on for a few minutes if anything. Care to educate me on the air cut because I know so little. The air cut is just pretty much seeing what David Ayer was going to give us, the same like how we got with the Snyder cut, his true vision. Both directors had a vision, and we got it with Zack Snyder, with the final cut that we got with the Snyder cut, and the same thing. That's what we're fighting for, David Ayer. Because if you look at it now, we have the studio version from Suicide Squad. So we have Studio Squad that was released theatrical. That's the one we got in the theaters the day of when it came out. And then after that, we got the extended, I think extended cut or something like that. That's the R rated. That it's still not what David Ayer wanted to give us. It's better than the one we got the first release. And then now we're still fighting for the Ayer cut, which is his true vision. There's a lot of Batman content cut out. There's a lot of what you call his Joker scenes that didn't make it to the final cut. So it's his vision that we're still trying to fight for. And if you guys notice now, while we're still on the topic of Suicide Squad, um, look at what James Gunn is trying to do with all these announcements from today. He's trying to push Weasel, which is his brother. It's ridiculous. He's just trying to push Weasel like if he's this big name character. Like they even have merchandise coming out with that ugly character on it. Why? Like that's the best you can do. And on top of that, like they're just trying to shove all this down our throats. You got to remember, what James Gunn is just trying to do is just trying to give attention to him, his brother, his wife, his little small team that he uses on Peacemaker, along with Peter Safran and all these rest of these bozos, because that's what these clowns do. You know, they all like to do what they're doing, and you know, they think that they're winning, but in reality, they're not. You know, we're about to teach them and show them, you know, hey, you guys screwed us over far too long. Now it's our turn. The same way that when Batman was in the crawler, he was like, it's my turn now. You know, and he starts kicking ass with it and stuff like that. That's the same way we're going to be, because we're going to keep those wallets closed. You have to keep your wallets closed because it's about sending a financial message to WB and, you know, especially to James Gunn. You didn't want to continue with the Snyderverse. You completely tried to destroy and erase everything. And you're trying to force us to accept what you're trying to put out. And not only that, on top of that, he's trying to not give us the air cut because, of course, remember, you have to remember this. All right, this is what I've been telling everybody, and you need to be aware of this situation. James Gunn has personal beef. He has personal problems with Jared Leto. They don't get along. So you think James Gunn is going to release the air cut and say, hey, look, oh, Jared Leto's on it? No, he's not going to. You know, this is why we have to keep on putting the pressure to the studio. Because the same way when Ann Sarnoff said, oh, well, we're done. We're not going to do anything else with Zack Snyder. We want to thank him for his trilogy. What trilogy, lady? We're supposed to get Justice League 1, 2, and 3. And we barely got a Justice League at the time. So that doesn't qualify. And now that we have the Snyder cut, we need to keep on fighting for the Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3, so we can have that awesome, you know, trilogy that Zack had planned out. We also have to keep on fighting for Man of Steel 2. We have to keep on fighting for everything that Zack was going to give us, along with Ben Affleck's Batman. It's all up to us. Again, us united. It's our turn. We have to make this possible. If we all came together and we made it possible to get the Snyder cut, what's holding us back from going up against James Gunn and his trashy universe? Nothing. That's not nothing. That should be cake for us. It should be so easy. We were able to take down Joker too. What does that tell you? Then we're going to take down James Gunn and everything he's going to try to build. It's not going to work. And Creature Commandos, I mean, they're going to get away with it just because it's streaming. So there's really no way to kind of like go around that unless you just don't watch it. That's it. But if it's included in your package, if you have HBO Max or whatever, then chances are people are going to watch it just because one, they're bored. Two is something different, something new. And three, I mean, it's already included with your plan. So people are just going to want to watch it. So that's understandable. But we're going to send the loud, clear message day of the box office when Superman releases. We're going to tell them, hey, look, we wanted Henry Cavill. This could have been Man of Steel 2, and we could have continued with the Snyderverse. But instead, you want to do a reboot and you want to give us what you think is best. We didn't want no reboot. We don't want a replacement for Henry Cavill. Excuse me. So it's like now we come together, and again, the boycott begins stronger because us united. James Gunn has never faced all of us, not at this level. He faced us over with the Suicide Squad. So congratulate yourself. If you didn't support the Suicide Squad and you're still not supporting it by not buying the merchandise and everything, look, they're so desperate that if you go check it out at McFarlane Toys, you can see. Look, let me see if it's still there while we're all together on here, just so you can see that I'm not lying on this. Let's see if it's still there. But when they had the other day for the toys to release for Batman versus Superman, that the whole line and stuff like that, they also are trying to put on clearance for $15 Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad figures, and it's crazy. They're just trying to still compete, and you can see that's probably the ego from James Gunn telling McFarlane, "Hey, look, well that stuff is out. Put our stuff out there too." And if you look at it, if you go to the McFarlane toy store right now, look at it. Pre-order spotlight. What do you see? Ben Affleck's Batman, 1/6 scale, the resin statue, and then now you see Creature Commandos with Weasel. Nobody cares about that. Batman is already sold out. From yesterday to today, the statue from Creature Commandos has not sold out. It's still there. It's still available for pre-order. You know what does that mean? Nobody cares about it. Nobody cares about it. For $129, nobody's buying it. Now, when you click on Ben Affleck's Batman, sold out. See what I'm saying? So it's like it's crazy. It's crazy. You can see all the stuff that's selling out. So they're trying to push Peacemaker and the Suicide Squad, and it's just wild. You know, it's like, look, I'm looking at it right now. All right, so look, it's on sale. There you go. So you can see Peacemaker and you can see Bloodsport. Those are the only two that they have from the Suicide Squad. I'll tell you right now. It's so bad that from $24.99 they marked down the price to $15. You know, it's on sale. What does that tell you? That they're not selling. And not even on sale, they're moving. That tells you a lot. That means that nobody wants that. It's crazy. It really is, you know. It's like that. It's just crazy how some people think that with what James Gunn is trying to do, it's going to be a change. It's going to be a change, and everything is going to be changed. You know, it's just not going to work. And what he's trying to do now, rumor has is that they're trying to bring in that girl, the one I think Ratcatcher or whatever her name was. They're trying to bring her into somewhere in his new universe. So in other words, what James Gunn is trying to slowly build up is the Suicide Squad 3. That's what I see he's trying to do. He's trying to build up. I say the Suicide Squad 3 because look at how confusing it is. Of course, we have David Ayer's Suicide Squad. Then we have the Suicide Squad. Instead of moving forward, they move backwards instead of just saying Suicide Squad 2. And then he's trying to sneak in there slowly people that he's already worked with from the Suicide Squad to bring them over into his DCU. And again, how do we win? Plain and simple. All right. So I see this comment that I'm being asked right here. How are we going to do that? Very simple. Keep your wallets closed. That's it. That's it. Keep your wallets closed. How? Just don't support it. Just don't buy it. That's the only way that you're going to win against them. That's it. That's it. There's no way that you have to go up against them and fight them. Nothing of that. All we do is just quietly keep your wallets closed. That's it. That's how we win. We did it with Joker too. We did it with everything else, and we're going to do it with what's coming right now. The lack of hype for Gunn at New York Comic Con has shown that nobody cares except the bots and vocal minority online. Exactly, exactly. That's true. Facts right there. That shows you, after seeing it, you can see the difference from 2013, when everybody was in the crowd cheering and chanting when Zach was there. Big difference compared to now, 2024, and New York Comic Con. How barely some people were like, oh, yeah, they were clapping. It wasn't going to it's just it's embarrassing, you know. As a DC fan, I'm just embarrassed, you know. And pretty much this is where I, as a fan, you know, pretty much step to the side and I'm like, you know what, I'm done. I'm done. I'm officially done supporting this company. And you know, like now it's our turn, us united, to keep our wallets closed. I am going to keep on emphasizing that from here until the day that Superman releases. Keep those wallets closed. Now, if you're a YouTuber and you're a reviewer and you want to go out and watch it because you need to review and you need content, don't go out there and support it. There's always other options to watch these movies if you get my hint. All right. I'm not gonna tell you exactly, but you know, if you are familiar with One Piece, you know what they're all about. That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. You know, I'm speaking in code, honestly. Um, they have to learn. You know, they thought that the Batman was going to make them profit. That didn't do well. They're thinking right now that the Penguin is, oh wow, it's this and that. No, it's not. I'm sure. Look, I'm not even watching it right now. I'm here chatting with y'all because that's more important. You see what I'm saying? I'll probably watch it whenever I feel like it. You see, because there's no rush. Now, if it was something Zack Snyder related, hell yeah, I'm gonna be there. You see what I'm saying? It's just everything right now what they're putting out is just not interesting, and you know, like they're just gonna have to accept that we, the fans, we are the majority. You know, and enough is enough. You know, the studio for such a long time has screwed over directors, the cast, the fans, us, the consumer. You know, it's like it's enough. You know, like that's it. You know, like this is where we draw the line. This is where we come together. and us united will win. Victory will be ours, you know? So if you're feeling in a way or some kind of way where like, I don't think it's going to happen, you know what? That's wrong thinking. It's going to happen. The Snyderverse is going to get restored. All right. We will be seeing the air cut. The way and at the rate that WB is heading right now, look at that. When Superman tanks at the box office, what do you think is going to be next? Is DC going to be done with their cinematic universe? No, they're going to have to do something. And they're probably working on that now because they know that they're months away. They're a few months away from the release of Superman. And that movie needs to make for profit over $1 billion minimum. But it's not. It's not going to reach those numbers. And they know it. So what's going to happen? They're going to have to go back to the drawing board. And what's the drawing board? Zack Snyder and David Ayer. This is why I see that things are building behind closed doors. Zack is back. David Ayer is back. Comcast is interested in acquiring at least the DC division. Let's make it happen. They want to make alternative DC content for HBO Max. Let's go. The future streaming. That's the future. The future is going to be all online. Within the next 3 years, we're going to be seeing everything online. It's sad, but that's the reality. As we continue to move forward into the future's already arrived. It's here. We can see it. You see so much AI. They're promoting AI and everything. Not only that, look at what Sony with PlayStation is doing. They're giving us now the PS5 Pro without the disc. They were testing the waters when they put out the PS5. That's why there was two editions. You had the regular disc and you had the one with no disc, the digital. And what sold out? The one with the disc because everybody, wants to put their disc and play, the PS4 games and whatnot. So what is that telling you? That they're slowly trying to implement that everything is going to be online. Netflix has been doing that for years. They're the pioneers in streaming. Now we have Disney that's also coming up. They're monsters in this industry with their streaming service. We also have now Paramount. And then, of course, we have at the bottom HBO Max. And HBO Max hasn't been doing anything. For 4 years after the Snyder Cut, they really haven't been doing anything. You know what? They had Game of Thrones. That was good. They had the House of the Dragons or whatever that's called. That one was okay. It was still getting views. Now they have Penguin. And but it's still not enough. So in 4 years, what have you really done? And in those 4 years, what has Disney done? Yeah, they put out trash shows, but they're still making content and people are still watching it. That's the difference. Netflix, for sure, they've been doing their thing for years. So there's no problem, you know? So all this is just taking us into the future. So with us, the fans, we fought. Let's take a moment and analyze this. We were ahead of the game also because when HBO Max came out in what 2020 during the pandemic and all that, or 21 when we got the Snyder Cut, that was we made that possible. So they gave it to us streamed through HBO Max. That till the day of today, we still haven't gotten an official release from WB where they actually say, "Hey, look, these are the people that watched it, and all the viewers and stuff like that." But they were quick to have numbers for everything else, right? For Godzilla, that wasn't a problem. For Godzilla versus Kong, that was no problem, right? They knew the numbers the same day. Ridiculous. See, they pick and choose. So we don't forget all that. This is why we're gonna get them at the box office. There's no stopping a fan from buying a ticket, and that's where we come together. Nobody's gonna stop me the day of Superman from not buying a ticket. You can't force me to buy that ticket. I'm not going to buy it. And just like that, there's many of us that we're not going to buy a ticket. Don't do it. Just don't do it. You want to send the message, or are you really on James Gunn's side and you want to support it? You pick. I've already picked my side. I stand firm with the Snyderverse, and I don't want anything else. That's all I want. I don't care about the Matt Reeves universe. I don't care about what James Gunn is trying to do. This is why I'm happy that Christopher Nolan didn't let nobody at WB read his script because he knows how shady this company is, you know? But again, we the fans are winning. We're going to come together. We're going to make a change. Things will get better for us eventually. Don't give up. Stay fighting. Us united, restore the Snyderverse and release the air cut. So make sure to hit that subscribe. I'm gonna let y'all go. Thanks for watching. Y'all stay safe, and until next time.